superpowers can neutralize. I can only watch in silence. The things that we once lives look paranoid and inspiring. Maybe you're like a genie without antique, this feeling distasteful. I calculate you as calculating. I put on with your angry. Fabricate stories on a family fact. Cause you heard this the morale. Or pathetic, master manipulator. I can smell the tales of you now. And then a rap artist, she a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Johnny Hill fitness scared out, but food will never have been a connection. I make music that electrifying, we make music that pacifying. I can double down on that now, the spade is time, it's random acts of kindness. Know you're a master manipulator, and a digital liar too. But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truth about you. Shoo! 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 Shoo!
Yeah!
Shoo! Shoo!
Mommy, it's not even. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm out the way, I'm no okay, and I had it right here from boat, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house, like I'm true, okay. Yeah, okay, but it's on point, sit through like 7
Am I deaf?
Everybody wanna be demon, they get shit, why you go away? And I might do a show a day, what's the name? Always a lane, oh, you thought the money took power.
What? It's not loud. That's the intro. That's just for the intro.
Talk about guns, then somebody died, they turn into none. Then I hop online, like taking my city, making my life digital. Say the killer, he wanted to kill me, they left him a guy, but she could be done. The nature must spend in his family, don't let it be shaken. I park his son, the first time I shot this snake, don't shoot me, I told me that he need this way. I couldn't put down that no, she gave me shit, okay, I'm no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping. I'm no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson.
What's going on, Heath?
Like I'm true, okay, yeah, okay. But it's always in them type 7, they so okay. Everybody wanna be demon, and they get shit by you, no away. And I might do a show today.
I was on earlier, actually.
Always a lane, oh, you got the money, the power, family, make you go away. Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever brought your enemy down? Like with a poker face? Have you ever paid $500 like to an open case? Well, I have, and I feel their both, but I came out straight. I hate when I rap or talk about guns, then somebody died, they turn into none. Then I hop online, like taking my city, making my life digital. Snap the killer, he wanted to kill me, then left him a guy, but she could be done, the nature must find in his family.
Just got electricity. We got hit with a tornado last week. Wow. Went 6 days without power. That's worse than Jamaica. What is the braids? Okay. Yeah. Wife is about to start some cooking, and then she wants to take a shower, and she wants to start late. So I told her while she's doing all that, I'll just come back on and chill for a little bit, listen to some commentary and whatnot, and just chill with you guys. I'm on a campaign to there's an event coming up for the girls, so I gotta kind of help them out. So what's going on with you guys? The biggest hate. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you dress. There's a stupid debate going on. We can stop that for now. Let me just get to the where are we? So the question here that you guys are asking is, are fish, reptiles, and insects animals? All right. Well, from a scientific point of view, no. Animals are only found in the mammal kingdom. Mammal is an animal. Get it? there are creatures and species on Earth. Human beings are a part of the animal kingdom. You have to be a vertebrate to be an animal. Warm-blooded species are animals. So stuff like dogs, cats, blah blah blah. Reptiles are literally that's their species classification. Reptilians, alligators, dragons, iguanas, things of that. They're all scaly, hard, scaly skin creatures. Those are a part of the reptilian species. People now use the word animal to define like anything that's not human, but human beings are animals. So like, they don't understand it. Fishes are aquatic creatures. That's their classifications. They're not animals. They're aquatic life. Just like reptiles are not animals. They're not even called. They're reptilians. So like, a cow is a mammal in the animal kingdom. An alligator is a reptilian in the reptile species, and so forth and so forth and so forth. Insects are so that's their species specifications. Their species specification is insects, creepy crawlers, whatever names you want to call, but they're not animals. An animal is everything that breathes oxygen. Reptile and fish, I don't see. This is where I disagree. He says false. It's the other way around. No, because okay. It's science, and science is made by man, so there's nothing to agree with. Yeah, but science is made by man. Remember, science said the world was flat at one point. So yes, there is something to argue and disagree with. Like, Google it real quick. Google was made by a man, bro. You're not gonna get me on this. It's literally what you want to accept. That's why I was like, to me, they're just creatures. Period. I don't give a shit about the terminology behind it. Which creature it is. I'm like, creatures are living things within the planet. So you have animals, reptilians, aquatic life, insects, etc. That's how I see it. God can only y'all can tell me what is and ain't. Mankind making up shit to argue about it, who gives a shit? All that matters is how do you understand it? So the creatures in the world are animals, well, for me, animals, reptiles, insects, etc., etc. For you, they're not. You believe all creatures are animals. That's fine. I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm like, when you say it's science, yeah, but man made it. You literally said scientifically. No, well, yes, I use the word, I said scientifically because I'm trying to explain it from man's point of view. My personal point of view, it doesn't matter. The creatures. That's me personally. But you asked my thought. I wanted to give you what I thought was scientifically said. I didn't use science for my argument. I was just saying that's what science was saying. That's not my argument. I'm like, it's all stupid, to be honest with you. Okay, here's an example why I show you like the whole concept behind science is kind of stupid. It's only used for you to try to understand my point of view. Not that it's factual. Like I said, science at one time said the earth was flat and it was wrong. So I'm like, but it's scientific, but it was wrong. That's my entire point. First, you have to find a definition of animal. Who created the word animal? Right? An animal is an English word. What is the Hebrew word for animal? Because English is the youngest language in the dictionary right now. Right? What was the Aramaic word for it? What was the Latin, the Greek, and all these different versions? What were their words? See my point? So now when you find out, but the word animal was not that word. So then now what? So what were they called now? And now you're getting a whole bunch of semantics. Creature is a... Actually, let me find out what the word... Where creature comes from. Ooh. Is creature an English word? Whoops. Creature. Creature. Oxford Languages. That doesn't tell me. Creature, an animal as distinct from a human being. And human beings are animals, but you see what it says? Distinct from a human being. What? This is stupid. I'm like, we're all animals. Well, human mammals in my opinion, mammals. So anything with warm-blooded vertebrae, breathing, whatever, yada yada yada. I believe those are animals and whatnot. A person, an organization considered to be under the complete control of another creature. That's what that means. I'm trying to find the origin of creature. Okay, let me go back one second. I'm gonna read origin of the word creature. Origin of the word. Okay, there we go. Origin of the word creature. Latin, late Latin at that. Then get down, get down. And so late Latin to Old French, then to English. So it's not even, creature is not even an English word. We go back to see what it says. Humans are creatures too. I know, I'm saying that. That's my opinion. Everything on the planet is creatures. But in the definition, it's saying distinct from humans. It's science. It's on Google. See my point? None of that matters though. It's how we understand. It's how we understand it. And what we understand it to be is that what's the word for this thing is creatures are just living. If I have your phone? No, I never took it. One second, guys. Check behind the blue thing. Scientifically, they aren't, because in the Google it states that creatures are distinct. Go back and read the foolishness. It says creatures. Let's go back to the creatures. An animal as distinct from human beings. Stupid. Contradicts its own statement. Doesn't even make any sense. All living things on the planet, that's, in my opinion, that's able to move is a creature. So like trees aren't creatures because trees can't move. Plants aren't creatures because plants can't move. And when I mean move, I'm not talking about bending over, tilting to the side. I mean, they can't go from point A to point B. They can't travel. They can't walk. They can't crawl. They can't fly. They can't swim. So anything that can crawl, fly, swim, all those things that move from point A to point B and they're living, those are creatures. This includes humans. Then within these creatures, there's different species, right? I guess for those who want to argue for the argument of an animal, you can say, well, okay, then within the creature species, you have the animal kingdom, then you have the reptilian kingdom, then you have the insect kingdom, and so forth, and things get broke down and whatever. But you're really arguing some semantics and points of views that doesn't change the ultimate end outcome. It really doesn't. The end outcome is, okay, creatures in the sea. In the Bible, they don't describe. They all fall under the animal kingdom. Well, in the Bible, they don't fall under the animal kingdom. Not saying that the Bible has more precedence over science, but the Bible sometimes can explain things science can't. And that science is always, plants are their own kingdom. Do you believe in evolution? Yes, there's nothing to believe in. Evolution is evidently apparent. It's a religious thing. Humans are supposed to be created in God's image, so they are not in God's image and considered creatures, animal. Yeah, that's the thing. But see, things are getting convoluted now, and you guys are missing the point. He asked a question. Let's go back to the original question. It says, "Your Triforce, answer this question. There's a stupid debate going on the internet. Are fishes, reptiles, and insects animals?" I was using science to point science point of view out. But if you're asking me directly, my answer is that they're all creatures. That's it. And within this, all these creatures, you have animals, reptiles, insects, birds, blah, 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 and all this other shit. Right? If you want to argue they're all animals, be my guest. If you want to argue that they're distinct from animals, be my guest. Even in the dictionary, Google literally says creatures are distinct animals from humans. So it's arguing against its own self in proving what a creature is. Okay, fine, whatever, who cares? That's the point I'm making. They're all creatures. They're all some form of living species on the planet. Why does it matter whether or not... Oh, that's what that is? Why does it matter whether or not they're animals or not? Like, what's the argument here? Is it important to... Is it important to have the distinction? Like if someone goes, "Yo, you know what I don't, you know what I like most? The animals in the sea." We talking about like fishes and the whale? Yeah, we understand it. Even if the person disagrees that you should call them, you should refer to the creatures in the sea as animals. They understand what you're talking about. And I think that's the problem we have in this generation. Everyone is getting so... What's the word for this? Everybody nitpicks words rather than trying to understand what someone is talking to them about. So if someone's speaking to them, rather than trying to understand the context of what someone's talking about, you can say an entire thing that you're agreeing with them. They'll pick out one word to make everything that you just said invalid. Like they don't understand what you're talking about, but they're like, "But you understand what I'm talking about though." "Yeah, but you used the wrong word." "But you understood what I said." "Yeah, but like, don't use the wrong word." But if you already understood what I said, doesn't matter if I use the wrong word. This is people grandstanding to try to show some form of intellect. The most intelligent person in the world is a person that can communicate with you and get you to understand what they're saying, even if they don't speak your language. A pretentious asshole is someone who tries to use a language you don't understand to make their point. Because then what's the point of you communicating with them? Wasn't the point of you communicating with them to get them to comprehend what you're saying? Yes. So why are you talking to them in a language that they cannot comprehend? Pretentious asshole. That's what that is. And this generation is just mad fickle about it. Like, so my answer is, I don't give a shit. They're all creatures. That's my answer. Science argues for and against what is what and whatever. Who gives a shit? Niggas was walking around saying the world is flat. And people are saying the world's flat still. And hey, I've never been in space, so I can't really tell whether the world is flat or not. One thing I do know, the world exists. So who gives a shit if it's flat? I know if you go too high in the air and you jump out of a plane, gravity pulls you to the floor. Whether the planet is flat or a circle, the gravity is going to work. You see what I'm saying? So I don't care who thinks the planet is... This generation, bro. This generation. Whether the world is flat or circular, gravity still works. So here's my question to you now, Drop Top. Okay, let's go with your stance that all creatures in the world are animals, right? What's the point? What the hell? Why did I drift that way? Come on, controller. Yo, what's your point on this? What was the point of the argument? You said this guy was stupid, and he said that the difference. Okay, that's fine. So like, what was the ending? What was the end point behind it all? What? Why did I use a coin? me. Okay. And Kuma, as for you, it's leave that. As for you, evolution is self-evident. Something's always evolving on the planet every day. Societies evolve, human beings evolve, plant life evolves, like nature evolves. We're looking at it. Get out! Get out! Really? Let me see something here. Okay. All right. Let's see this. Oh, okay. All right. Drop top. The point was fish, reptiles, and insects are animals, and I don't understand how many people don't understand that. This clown literally says sharks aren't fish. That's why they have different names. But drop top, like, okay, this is gonna come off insulting, but bear with me. Drop top. Is he an idiot, or are you the idiot for arguing with him? Like, bro, if he thinks sharks are different from fishes because it has a different name, let it roll. Why are you arguing with them? Like, you're the one who's being the idiot, not him. If that's how he sees it, well, okay, fine. All right, he sees it that way. I don't see how that changes anything. It doesn't change anything. Sharks are creatures. You see what I just did there? Like, all right, he thinks sharks that's weird, but that's how he sees it. What? Did y'all see that glitch? I'll take that. You wanted to get my thoughts. Oh, okay. Oh, you guys are sending everything out there. Give me a second. Let me catch up to this motherfucker right here. Oh, and took my motherfucking thing away. I should have used it, right? Oh, got it right back, bitch ass. One second, guys. You guys gonna like me twice in the same round? Let me see. I knew a blue shell was coming. That's two blue shells and one. I knew. That's why I hung on to this. Out of here, bro. That's why I hung on to this. Cheating ass game. Cheating ass game. All right, let me see something. It was a video. I didn't speak to him personally. Oh, okay. I wanted to get your thoughts. Well, you have my thoughts. It's either the. Let me get to the point of my thought. It's either or, bro. It's either or. It's however you feel it. If you want to think of it that way, whatever. One thing we know, all of these things, animals, insects, reptiles, blah, 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 mammals, yada, 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 human beings, they're all creatures. Can we at least agree to that? Can we come to an agreement on that? An agreement and understanding or comprehension. Can we do that? Hey guys, make sure you guys leave a like. Yes, okay. We can. Oh, that's cool. That's Kuma. Let me give me 1 second, guys. Gave you a like. Thank you. Whoa. Speaking of creatures, do you own any pets? No, I don't like pets. Not that I don't like the animals themselves. I don't like the concept of pets. Pets should be for wealthy people of luxury who have it to take care of them properly. I do not like pets for the average person because then the pets are treated as sub creatures, meaning like their their life their existence around poor human beings or average human beings are for the human beings' enjoyment, and I don't like that concept. Like, so you don't really have the dog or the cat because you love the dog or the cat. You have it because when you're lonely you can hug it, and outside that you tell the cat, get the fuck away from me when it's bothering you, or you're busy, or when it's hungry. You will determine whether you fed the pet enough or not. Like, then you can't communicate it with it properly, all that bullshit. So I don't like that. People who are wealthy and they have it, then they can put time into their pets. Is weave out. So guys, I'm posting something real quick. What? Okay, copy that. I'm copying something in there. No. Okay. Good. Okay. Gave you a like. Speaking of creatures, oh, I already answered it. I get you. This is what I need to pin. Oh, I gotta unpin this. So I can pin this. Well, I'm gonna be here for the next hour or two, guys. Help me out here while I'm online. So I put in the link. Help me raise funding for the Valkyries of Arcadia's next event, which is Weebout. That's the Instagram link to the event, Weebout. And it says here's how you can help donate, and the link is there. So what Weebout is this Ghibli Studio anime festival that they're having. The Valkyries want to create a bed lounge gaming environment where people can come and play games with them and watch anime and then sell their what's it called again? Their merchandise at there. So it's an anime festival that they're going to be there. And instead of making a regular table vendor booth that everyone does, we're going to make that area a big ass bed. And people can come and play. They're going to be playing Just Dance, Mario Party, 1-2 Switch, Mario Kart, and watching anime for about 8 hours or so. So yeah. Anybody wants to help, you can drop that link there. My mother and her son is arguing. Fair enough. My Insta. Okay. 1 second before I get back to this race that I'm losing. Alright, let me let people know I'm back to streaming because people have been known part. I didn't come back. Part. Send that out. Send that out. Send that out. I'll send it to him. Kisan, you're already in here. Mr. Blue. Alright, so we got through that. Let's get a topic running. I learned some dark shit about Dubai. It's crazy. What? When a single video destroys a YouTuber's reputation. Man, that sucks. Meltdown. When Sniper Wolf loses, this happens. Narcissism explained. Nerd City. Do I really want to watch this about Sniper Wolf? Fuck it. Let's watch it.
Like going, SS Sniper Wolf attacks me. Make her feel jealous. She also attacks them in person when they're just minding their own business. Sniper Wolf calls
You have
herself
served me
the
well, my eyes Carrier.
Oh, we got a donation.
Spurs unlocked the Empire 3SS Valkyrie cake treasure and donated $50.
Oh, big shout out to yo, Reg, what up, bro? Thank you for that. It's a big help. All praise be to God. It's a big help, Reg. What was it? We made 30, 40, so we made 90. So we have 210 to go. Thank you, Reg. I appreciate that, man. Oh yeah, that green bar is wrong, guy. It's missing $30. Actually, I should fix it. Where is that? How can I fix the bar? What? Why is it not fixed? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Alright, so let me see. Hold on, guys. Let me update it because it's actually missing $30. Let me end the goal. That there. 100, and then it's actually 90. And this has to. Oh my goodness, 9 days from now. It's got to end on that first, right? So let's see. When did I was going to end it? It's on the 29th, right? Okay. 05 29 05/29 2004. Start. Wait, how did it turn to 5 days? What the frig? What? Huh? How's that possible? Bro, that's not even how that works. Alright, let's put 8 days, huh? Alright, well, whatever. As long as before the 2nd. That's all that matters. Oh, not creatures. Wait, not creatures. Alrighty then. One second, guys. Did it even work? Yeah, there it is. I fixed it. 90. Alright, so we're good to go. What do you think about iShow speed? It's funny you asked that question. What I actually think about iShow speed, that's actually kind of wild. I'm gonna have to kind of dial back my rhetoric on people like iShow speed and what's this guy, Kai Cenat. So my thoughts on iShow speed is this, like, whatever they do to make their money or their success, I have no comments on. I don't know their lives personally. I don't know the family matters behind it. I don't know the people that they're trying to support. I don't know whether they're doing it for themselves or not. And because of that, I shouldn't point any fingers in anybody's eyes. Do I personally like the yelling, yasabassing commentary that they do and all that other stuff? No, but it wasn't made for me. It was made for who watches it. So I just have to just leave that alone and stop. I don't want to call it hating because it's not hating. But like, my opinion on them is irrelevant. They got to do what they got to do. Did you have any opinion on the Yusuke conversation? You mean the first black samurai in Japan? Like, there's no controversy. He's the first black samurai in Japan. That's a fact. What's the problem? What's the argument? Can you define to me what the argument is? If you can explain to me what the controversy is, I can give you an opinion. But to me, there is no controversy. The man's the first black samurai in Japan. Not the first samurai ever. The first black samurai in Japan. Okay. If he's the first black samurai in Japan, what is the argument? What are we arguing? Facts? He says, well, people are not used to seeing black men in a prominent light. They're saying he wasn't a samurai, but a retainer, a pet. So okay, let's go with that. So we have a discussion now. So this is what I'm comprehending by your statement of other people's opinion, not your opinion. So I'm not saying this is what you think. I'm saying this is what I comprehend of what you're saying other people are saying, which just means their opinion, right? Okay, so, ouch, crap. What, yo, bro, hold on for a second. All right, so pretty much the controversy is that people are arguing that because he's being named a samurai, this gives the man an honorable stature in Japan. And instead of him having an honorable stature in Japan, they prefer to label him as a pet. Let's say he was a slave and he was a pet. Let's say that. Let's say that's actually factually what happened. He was a slave and a pet for some whatever. So are people upset because society has decided to make a lie to turn a negative into a positive, and they prefer the negative? Because if that's what they want, then I see what the controversy is. They want to either denigrate or to continue the denigration of this man Yusuke. Because if it's not true and he was a samurai, they're trying to denigrate him. And if it is true and he was a pet, they're trying to keep him denigrated, which is a shame on Japan as a culture. Let that stand. Let that sink in. So I don't see why there's any controversy. Stupid. I could understand if this was an evil being doing something bad, and then you wanna relegate him down to some type of creature or pet or something like that. That's fine. But like if a samurai is an honorable being, that's an honorable person or whatever according to the culture. It's an honorable person. So if he's not a samurai, you're trying to make it. So what are you trying to say that Japanese people saw black people as? A rat? Oh, so you see us as niggas. That's what it is, right? Even when we serving you. Is that what that is? Okay. So if that's going to be the case and people want to argue it, and I'm not saying this is what Japanese people think. I don't think it's Japanese people arguing this. I think this is Westerners arguing Japanese history, which in of itself is stupid. They're going to argue with the Japanese about what they think Yusuke is. Like, oh, they're making a Netflix. Well, Japan had to sign off on it, right? Okay, so here's my first question to you guys. Because let me try to be as accurate. Oh, why did I just run into that? Let me try to be as accurate as possible. Who's arguing this? Is it the culture of Japan that's arguing this? Who's actually arguing? Westerners. I figured, because it's a black guy, so unlike Tom Cruise and The Last Samurai, nobody's gonna sit there and call Tom Cruise a colonizer when in the movie he literally starts out as a colonizer in Japan, and then because of some movie shit and whatever, he learns Japanese culture and goes against his own colonizing people and becomes an honorable samurai. So it's okay for that to happen with Tom Cruise, but the nigga has to be a rat or a pet, right? Fuck out of here. Eat a dick. Because they went a Japanese guy. They kept calling him retainer. It is Westerners. What do you mean by because they went a Japanese guy? Can you write that out in a full sentence with context? I don't understand your point when you're saying that. Okay, Weebout is about to make a post for the Valkyries, guys. So when that comes in, creatures can be any living thing. Yes, I know. That's how I comprehend it. Okay, they want to play as a wait, hold on. Express it. They want to play as a Japanese samurai. That's the perception. Who wants to play as a Japanese samurai? I don't understand. They're mad because there's no Japanese male, and they went with Yusuke, a male, but ding black male. Wait, guys. All right, guys, you're frustrating me. Write out a complete sentence, guys. Start from the beginning and write out the complete sentence. Who's complaining? Why are they complaining? Full sentences. When I'm reading these are like broken. This is worse than patois. They want. Who's they? They want to play. Who's they that wants to play as a Japanese samurai? That's the perception. From who? Okay. Thank you, Valkyrie Robin. She came in. According to the home team, he covered this eons ago. People just need to accept the fact that black people was all over the world due to being products of slavery. Weebos, racist Westerners. All right, guys. Let me go use the bathroom. Hopefully, when I come back, you guys would have wrote a complete sentence. When you play a game that involves samurais, you're expecting the samurai to be Japanese. Yes, because samurais is a Japanese culture. But this is a Western gamer's issue. Because they use a historical figure. Okay. So they're mad that the samurai they used the gamers are mad that the samurai they used is based on a historical figure who just so happened to be black. Did I ever tell you guys that gamers are fugazi people, like fucking losers in this world? The majority of us. Not all of us, but the majority of us. Fucking losers. Fucking losers, for real. Give me a second, be right back. He's saying he's not a samurai, but he was a retainer, and that is not historically accurate. Okay, so if that's what the Westerners saying, here's a question: what do the Japanese say? It's no different from people hating on Halle Berry because she was playing a black mermaid. Yeah, I think the truth, most people, probably even Japanese themselves, didn't know about Yusuke. So there will be some pushback, but they will expect it. But they will accept it if the gameplay is good. Okay. Remember when GTA San Andreas was revealed, and initially backlash of the character? A retainer refers to a vassal in a feudal Japanese, usually a samurai, providing military service. So, how is being a retainer bad when it's actually a samurai with extra duties? What am I missing? Well, that sheds light on it. So the Japanese like it. They don't really care. It's just Westerners arguing. Oh, I thought you was talking about actual people with merit. You're talking about Westerners. I ignore them. Western people are too entitled. Exactly, Hate. How does Yusuke being a retainer, a pet, or a samurai have anything to do with our daily lives? It doesn't. But it is interesting when black people has some prominence, there's always backlash. Because generally speaking, not all of society, generally speaking, over the last 500 years, the entire ethnic group of black people are supposed to be seen as an underclass that has never accomplished anything in the world. So they only see black people doing negative things based on American society and how they portrayed us in the last 100 years. That's it. But that's fine. That's why when you see black people trying to do something positive, there's no infrastructure to help uplift the positivity that they're trying to do. But let them try to do something negative. There's an entire machine ready to go. Oh, you trying to make a song about bitches popping ass, selling drugs, murdering niggas in the street, gangster like, yo, my nigga, we'll pay you for it. Hey, I got this thing to uplift people and empower. Whoa. You can't have that. Can't do that, man. Can't have y'all here empowering people. Stop that, man. And what do you think this is? I mean, they did take out Martin Luther King. Yeah, you can't be positive. What's wrong with you people? You guys out here talking about being positive? You heathens! How dare you? I think they're putting out the post with the Valkyries. They haven't done it yet. Waiting. Best dressed female. Let's get on this Sniper Wolf stuff.
He has homicidal fantasy.
Fantasies of me like getting the shit out of them or like killing them, and they'll just like feel so good.
Other celebrities who depended on her advance have seen her suddenly snap into a violent rage with no warning. There's a big, crazy story involving Sniper Wolf that you probably haven't heard about. Come beneath the wings of the musty scout, into the mind of a malignant narcissist, and learn what's real and what's fake in the spiraling power of projection built by the world's favorite greasy-haired YouTuber.
What the hell is going on?
My favorite greasy hair YouTuber. She got some greasy hair. Oh no! Ew! Mommy said you have to take a shower. I don't want to without shower anymore. That was really.
All right, no, we're not watching this. Shit's stupid. That shit is an hour long, and it's talking about nonsense. Twitch streamers who farm clout. Let's see what that's about.
Get out of that Jerome fit.
Yeah, smart ass.
Huge boss is huge.
She wouldn't last 10 minutes in a quad lobby. It's not, nor has it ever been, a valid excuse for men to act like pieces of human garbage in gaming.
You're right. It's a reason. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. And you know something that really kind of irked me, really kind of grinds my cock into a fine little powder? Men, dude, they suck balls. What do they do, dude? Absolutely everything wrong with life, alright? They're the reason.
Oh boy, I can't find any good commentary. Like, the hell was that? Ah. Now this may sound something of interest.
Yeah, this is definitely the dress. Right? I think.
Never mind. What the hell? Okay, what's going on here? Hang for a second, guys. I'm looking for something to listen to. All right, let's
Ross was straight up watching. So, streamer Just Snacks was banned from Kick for some pretty controversial stuff. Now, if you get banned from Kick, then you must have done something completely out of line. Because Kick's entire appeal was the fact that you can say and do whatever you want, unlike on Twitch. Like, Aiden Ross was straight up watching the hub right in front of his tens of thousands of underage fans. You could probably commit tax fraud over on there, and they'll let it slide. So, what did this guy do exactly to get banned? Well, perhaps straight up being a pedo on the app would help that. Now, Just Snacks is one of those streamers who goes on to random video chat websites like Omegle and messes people for funny moments, usually making fun of their appearance, doing doing whatever it takes to get good clips. But most of the time, he's not really roasting them, he's kind of just being a dick. One time, he brought a person who was on the spectrum onto his stream just to make fun of him.
Alright, so is Kami pulling up a ball? Call Kami right now, see if he's pulling up a ball. If he's pulling up, we're gonna die.
You done. You call him.
He's very out there, if you...
You see, no, okay. Oh. I hate those type of streamers, just to let you know.
Well, he's had multiple moments on stream where he's threatened to bang a lot of people.
Bro, I don't care. I'm heavy fetish. I don't care. If I go to the game parade and shoot it up, son. Yo, my next Bible clip, I'll be on Fox 5, Channel News, like, just 6 snatches. Massive death, like, oh my god, 6 snatches killed 30 people in this parade. Like,
he's not a very popular creator. In fact, he was basically unheard of until the ban. And now he's going viral for it. Now, this all started when he was on the site Monkey, which is basically just like Omegle, and he was talking to a deaf girl.
you're not bad enough. Your nose got get beep on you. You look like you stink. Your hair look mad rough. Like, comb your hair a little bit. Yeah, you. And your lips. You dump it. Look, your lips look mad dry. Your hands mad fat. You look crazy. Do this. Show me your teeth. Your teeth is pissy yellow. What the fuck?
Now, it already starts terrible because he starts off by being the biggest a-hole possible. He just starts roasting her for almost anything about her, and it's really just not funny. Like, there's a difference between playfully making fun of someone and being a cock. And this guy is a whole chicken farm in terms of being a cock. But then she starts speaking sign language because she's deaf, and he starts making fun of her for that.
Stop speaking sign language. You deaf?
I am actually deaf.
No, you're not. No, you do not, bro. Don't be with boys. I'm going to have. Yeah, they going.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. I mean, how low do you really need to stoop for views to the point where you're making fun of a deaf person? Now, I don't know if you believe me when I say this, but this is actually not one of his worst moments. In fact, this is one of his calmest moments. Because after that, he was chatting with an 8th grader on the same site, and well, I'll just play the clip.
You 14.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that what grade is that? Like a sophomore?
Why are you still talking to him?
Sophomore.
8th grade?
Sophomore.
Can I play with that?
Sophomore's like 16. What?
Can I play with that little 8th grade?
Wow.
No, you're...
Now, I censored the girl and the word he used for obvious reasons, but I think you pick up what I'm putting down. This guy chatted with
why
a girl
isn't
who
he-
was probably around 14 and literally confirmed her age. Like, he made sure to double-check that she was a child, way too young, and then proceeded to ask if he could play with her kitty cat, and I'm not talking about pets here. And while the tone says that he's joking, his eyes say a completely different thing. Also, why the fuck did he growl like that? He sounds like he's trying to record a Pop Smoke ad-lib.
It's like the way
The way he growls, it's like as if he's a lion and he just got his eyes on a beautiful, luscious, underage piece of meat that he's about to go after. Absolutely disgusting. Now, these clips started to float around, and it caught the attention of none other than Lil Tay, and she posted about it. Imagine making fun of someone for something they can't control, all while being a pedophile at the same time. Like, who in their right mind picks up a camera, starts a stream on Twitch, goes on Monkey, and says this to girls my age? Now, let me say this. If the person who went so far as to fake their death for clout is saying that you need to chill out, that should be a very big wake-up call. Like, seriously, you really need to start evaluating your life if the queen of clout chasing thinks that you stepped out of...
The streamer is a story on... His name is Just Snags. Justx Snags with a Z at the end. A literal fucking loser.
Line. However, in the world of becoming a streamer, all publicity is good publicity. I'm sure when this happened, Snags was low-key celebrating, throwing confetti and popping champagne because someone with followers was posting about him, and he did not waste the opportunity by any means. He responded to all of this in a classy and sophisticated manner by threatening to beat her up.
Little Tay owns that little crack of white. I see that little bitch, I'm gonna break off the neck. I'm gonna step off school. I'm gonna break her spoon in half.
He then goes on to say how he was happy when he heard about her dying and was smoking Lil Tay.
What happened to you? Like this, so Little Tay? I don't even know you. All I heard was Little Tay died. I got so happy. I rolled up. I'm saying smoking Tay, smoking Little Tay. Oh my God, see I'm now. I was gonna go to your tombstone. I was gonna go to your graveyard. I was gonna pee all over that shit. I was gonna moonwalk all over your grave. I swear, you little white cracker bitch.
Again, just out of line here. Now, I don't approve of the fact that Lil Day's death was fake, but that's still a pretty weird thing to say. Like saying that you were celebrating someone's death when all they did was just simply call you out for being a pedo and tell you to chill out is out of line. And what's hilarious is that he's like ranting about how she's so obsessed with him, when in reality he's going on this giant tirade because clearly he's trying to capitalize on it.
I hate you. Stop saying my name. I don't care. She started with me first. It's not slavery with what
She started with me.
Like, I can say whatever you want. I can say something back. White cracker. Get off my dick. I don't know you. Stop saying my name.
If anything, he's obsessed with it because it's the only thing getting him reposts. Now, Drama Alert posted this response saying, Just Snacks violates Lil Tay for calling him alleged pedo. Kinda trying to phrase it like as if he's the one taking home the trophy for this whole thing, when all he did was threaten to beat up a child. Now, Lil Tay responded to this by saying, violates, he's literally being racist and saying weird pedophilic things about me, a 14-year-old, and threatening to harm me. Why does it still have a platform? Now, you know it's wild when Lil Tay seems like the mature one in the entire situation. Seriously, that says a lot. Because she's completely right. And what's crazy is that even after everything that I just talked about here, Snags was still good to stream. No restrictions, no
That's
warnings,
crazy.
no bans, no nothing. Kids saw all of this happening and said, yeah, looks good to me. But the real final straw was when Snags decided to spin back on the whole Lil Tay thing and say that he wanted to take her to Epstein's Island.
Little Tay. Come to SB Island. What's Epstein Island? Come to SB Island, Little Tay. Let me show you around SB Island.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, this guy completely outdoes himself. I'm like almost impressed at how confident he is in saying this disgusting shit to people. Like he said he wanted to take Lil Tay, a child, to one of the most infamous sex trafficking locations in the world. That's not even funny at that point. You're just trying to get yourself on an FBI watch list. And even Kick also thought that completely crossed the line and banned him. And honestly, thank God they did that decision. I genuinely don't believe people really should be banned unless they really deserve it. But like, come on here. I'm all for
What did they ban him for? Hold on.
entire situation. Seriously, that says a lot. Because she's completely right. And what's crazy is that even after everything that I just talked about here, Snags was still good to stream. No restrictions, no warnings, no bans, no nothing. Kick saw all of this happening and said, yep, looks good to me. But the real final straw was when Snags decided to spin back on the whole Lil Tay thing and say that he wanted to take her to Epstein's Island.
Little Tay. Come to SB Island. What's Epstein Island? Come to SB Island, Little Tay. It's crazy. Let me show you around SB Island.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, this guy completely outdoes himself. I'm like almost impressed at how confident he is in saying this disgusting shit to people. Like he said he wanted to take Lil Tay, a child, to one of the most infamous sex trafficking locations in the world. That's not even funny at that point. You're just trying to get yourself on an FBI watch list. And even Kick also thought that completely crossed the line. And honestly, thank God they did that decision. I genuinely don't believe people really should be banned unless they really deserve it. But like, come on here. I'm all for free speech and expression and all that stuff, but this guy's just being a creep. Now, should this have happened sooner? Yeah, but hey, better late than never, right? Now, that's really all I have for this video. Please subscribe to help pay my rent for this month. Thanks. Shalom.
I gotta get
So at this point, Ross was straight up watching the hub right in front of his here. I'm all for free speech and expression and all that stuff, but this guy's just being a creep. Now, should this have happened sooner? Yeah, but hey, better late than never, right? Now, that's really all I have for this video. Please subscribe to help pay my rent for this month. Thanks. Shalom.
You know I gotta give him props for that one. Just kept it $1 billion. My man said, please subscribe to help pay my rent for this month. Hey man, it is what it is. Mango. Breakfast. I like mangoes, but I hate mangoes. You know why? Because the stupid fibers get in my teeth. Now I gotta go brush my teeth. Be right back. Toothbrush. I'm a vegetarian. Yes, because I'm not vegan. I'm a vegetarian. I do eat fish. I just don't eat any land animals. I don't eat them. Yeah, in fact, crap, I stopped eating all land creatures. What the hell was that? I eat vegetables, rice, well, vegetables, grain, fruits, and fish here and there. I eat vegetables, rice. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wonder if she answered her. Of course not. Refresh. Metro. What does it say? How come you don't eat oh no, well, I used to eat meat, but I stopped because I know what they're doing to the meat. They're poisoning the meat globally. The meats are carrying all forms of it's not even like germs. They're carrying all forms of toxic poisons, which is being fed to them. So it's fed to them, and then you are what you eat. And so all the chemicals that they're putting into the foods that the land creatures eat is what you then eat, and then you digest, and then you all forms of cancers and shit, and just create. I'm good. Nah, bro. But they're doing it to the fish too. Soon it won't be fish, and then soon it won't be vegetables, and then hopefully I'll be 150 by then, and then I can just die. See something. Trying to find the next video for you guys. What? It's just 5 months ago though. That's Khalid. He's playing Grand Theft Auto. Someone says P. Diddy, Ye, Drake versus Kendrick. It's all connected. Really? I don't know if I want to get into that. Why rappers are scared of Kendrick? That's what I was trying to get this guy's channel. Okay. All right, let's listen to this.
I've been on YouTube for quite a minute, not just on this channel, but on multiple other channels when I was a little kid. And I've seen the way things work out with YouTube, how it works, how they operate. And I know there's a lot of people who say YouTube is broken, they don't care about its creators. And I'm usually one of those people that are like, well, you know, it's a huge corporation. They're busy. It can't attend to everyone's needs. and their issues, but this situation with the YouTuber priming is completely ridiculous, and it's getting out of control so much so that I'm not even exaggerating. There's been like a lot more DMs on my Instagram and Twitter, which you should definitely follow.
Yeah, there's a lot of mercury in the fish and stuff like that. But there's plants that can get all these metals. There's herbs that can get all these metals out of your body, and stuff like that. So that's fine. But at least mercury is normal. Like the other shit that I'm talking about is the shit that they're putting in the animals. It's all made up in labs, and that's the problem. So artificial shit mixed with other shit, and then fed to the animals, then you eat it. That I can't rock with.
By the way, link below, than usual, telling me to talk about this situation. And in case you guys don't know, Primik is a YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers. He makes pretty interesting documentaries, have been doing it forever. And one of the reasons is because one of his last upload was 4 years ago. Now, thanks to this video right here, he explains the reason why he's been gone for 4 years. The situation that he's going through right now is scary. Legitimately, not even exaggerating or to clickbait, but it's dangerous. And it all started with this video right here. This is what cost him 4 years of his life, 4 years of income. I'll stop yapping. Let's just get right into it.
Feel free to let the Primik Farm know that we have given their real names to the DA's office along with screenshots from their Discord server, as they have a penchant for playing with children under 16 years old. Hey guys, how's it going? We have no time for chit chat. We have serious issues today. So 4 years ago, I made a video on a girl named Lily. She was this Instagram influencer who had 1 million followers, but when you went through her page, you started to notice some things were off. For example, she had all of these followers, but no one in the community actually knew who she was. She had posts from events that she appeared to go to, but when you looked at them, they were photoshopped and she never attended. And one of the weirdest things is that she would interact with a lot of accounts on her page, like they were her besties in real life, but the accounts were not real people. They were these weird, made-up characters that were a little racist, kind of homophobic. And the reason we are here today is because for the past 4 years, Lily and her mother have been doing some very crazy stuff behind the scenes, and it's reached the point where I can no longer stay silent.
I know that I'm risking my life out here making this video. I am probably a lot braver than most soldiers in World War II, to be completely honest with you guys. When it comes to internet drama, it should always stay online, and I keep saying that for whatever reason, it's not only staying online for certain people, it comes out into the real world, to the point where they're accusing this guy of being a pedophile for talking to like 16-year-olds or teenagers. They're pretty much calling him R. Kelly with next to no proof. But as far as I know, he's not, Primik 445. These are just lies. This woman looks insane. She acts insane. She's someone that needs to be put in a nice marshmallow box room. And this video was posted 3-4 days ago. And if you thought it slowed down or things got better for him, or YouTube reached out and actually did something about it, I am very sorry to say, but you're wrong. And if anything, things got a lot worse. I am shocked that someone like this is able to be on YouTube and get away with it. This is her YouTube channel. She has 22,000 subscribers, and I've peeked around, right? She's a wannabe actress. She will never make it. Her acting sucks. I've seen better acting in the hub. Like, I think I'm delusional when I say, I want to get 500,000 subs. I want to hit 1 million subs. That's low-key a bit delusional. But this girl right here makes me think I could hit 100 million subscribers and become the next PewDiePie. That's how delusional this person is. If you were to ask me, yo, who would you rather be with for 5 minutes, R. Kelly or this woman right here? I'd choose R. Kelly. I'm very intrigued in Lily Jean acting comedy.
This guy's like for it.
Maybe she's the next YouTuber to go mainstream and win an Oscar. That's a possibility.
Many. The Hudson River, the East River, I mean... okay, well, I could start with Sid.
Alright, what the fuck am I watching? This seems like a lost footage from the deep web. Is it supposed to be funny?
Time to let go of the ghost. I'm bald. Something the humans call...
Alright, I'm actually starting to feel a bit bad. It feels like I'm watching a disabled person and I don't want to make fun of them, so I'm just gonna stop it right here. Plus, she has no to copyright strike videos, and I don't want to deal with that. She sucks! Please give up on your dreams immediately! What award did you ever win?
But Yitzy Weiner is the same guy who wrote Lily's article. Hey Lily, that's a bit odd. But we don't stop here.
Imagine a world where education is free. A world where everyone has equal access
Then I went to the reviews, and someone had posted an article that they had bought, but they were unhappy with. But if you clicked on that photo, that article was written by Gigi, the same journalist that also wrote one of Lily's articles. Huh, it's a little odd. Lily, I want you to know that you have made an enemy. And as your enemy, I'm going to look into everything you do until the day I die. And even when I'm dead, I'll hire a private investigator or something, and we'll continue to look into everything you do, because you messed with the wrong guy today, buddy.
And then the more the video goes on, the more unhinged this woman becomes. Like, she's hiring people to leave hate comments on his account. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a private investigator right this second outside of my house and his house looking for him, and anyone else that's ever made a video on her. This woman shouldn't be online. She's straight up dangerous. You know what some people might say? Yeah, Oscar, you're just being a little pussy. How can you be scared of her? Right? She's insane. She's been harassing this poor YouTuber for 4 years, and it's still going to this day.
So, a few months ago, I was looking through my comments on the channel, and I noticed some very weird comments that were saying some really weird stuff. They were saying that I wasn't a real person, that I was an AI, and I was controlled by other channels, and, like, I'm not real. It was, like, actually insane stuff. Like, I'm real. So I decided to look into what was happening here, and I discovered that it was comments coming from multiple accounts, but they were commenting a lot of the same stuff. And I also noticed that the comments were almost entirely on my Lily Jean video. So I got a little suspicious, because in my mind, I was like, who do I know that's got some kind of correlation, connection with fake comments? Huh. Lily, I'm not accusing you, but yeah, I think might know what's going on here, baby. You think you have a, can you? So I decided that I needed to test this theory. So I began checking one by one if people who commented on Lily's channel were also commenting on mine. And I found some interesting things. On Lily's channel, Caitlin says, "This looks fun. I'm so bored with what's been coming out, so I love you wrote an original concept. Keep going." On my channel, she says, "Hope she comes for you, then buries you somewhere." Cat emoji.
You know, just normal YouTube comments. Listen, I get hating, right? You made a video on her. She's clearly going to be mad. That video blew the fuck up. That video has like 10 million views. So I get it if she was upset. But the thing that you can do is to respond, right? You can be like, Primic, you're wrong because this, and this. But she doesn't go down that route because she knows she's wrong. She knows she's been exposed. She's been caught faking all of her life. So what's the next logical, rational thing you can do? A, admit it and stop and get help, or B, hire people to leave mean comments on your account, stalk him, dox him, and other YouTubers, and harass him for 4 years straight. Choices. Which one should we go for? She went down the most disgusting route you could go to, and that is doxing, stalking, and harassing. Pardon my French, but this bitch is crazy.
I'm not accusing Lily of making these comments. I'm just saying the comments are fake. In my opinion, true. So, when my video came out 4 years ago, ever since that day, Lily and her mother has been spamming my channel with copyright notices. And honestly, this in itself is completely fine. I deal with copyright notices a lot. The issue is what these emails contain. So these emails would start out quite normal. They would contact YouTube and they would tell YouTube, "Hey, Primic is stealing my content, take this video down now." And then YouTube was like, "No, fair use, he's fine." But over the years, as their claims got rejected over and over, I think something began to snap with them because the emails started to get more and more unhinged. The first taste of this unhinged behavior came in their 5th notice when they tried to use the ugly mermaid drawing. You remember that? They tried to use that one image to get the whole entire video removed. YouTube obviously declined it, and then they respond with, "This video has created harm, terrorized a young girl who was 16 at the time, and is exploiting a minor. I suggest you remove my client's content immediately. We will be proceeding with legal action for negligence."
Terrorizing a young girl who was 16 at the time. And look at this phrasing, and this exploiting a minor. What? They're reaching. I haven't seen anyone reach this hard in so long. It blows my mind that this guy dealt with this for 4 years. Losing 4 years of revenue, that's like hundreds of thousands of dollars, at least $500,000. And the fact that he was robbed from that because of these insane women out here is sad, annoying, and it pisses me off as a content creator that this keeps happening over and over and over again. The copyright system on YouTube is so outdated and it needs to be fixed. It needs to be updated. How are people like this able to exploit it and get away with it?
When my video was released, Lily was a full-grown adult, and also When I read this, the first thing I thought was she 16 when she made that mermaid drawing? Because that honestly makes it 10 times uglier. Now, this email wasn't that crazy. I was a little, like, taken back, but, like, honestly, I was like, what are you gonna do? The next thing they did is that they took the photo that I used in my thumbnail, and they went and got it registered for, like, an official copyright with the US government. They got, like, a fancy paper and, like, documents, and then they took those documents to YouTube, and they're like, hey, YouTube, we have this photo registered with the government. You need to take it down. And then YouTube was like, no, sorry, it's still fair use, el bozo. And their response to this rejection was crazy. The user has violated my rights and is using my copyrighted photo on their cover. As the rights owner, I demand this to be removed immediately. This is not fair use. This is a violation. This is verbal. What? What?
Wow. Yeah, verbal R word is crazy. Like, out of everything you could have said, this is bullying, sucking, harassing, doxing. You gotta go all the way to the R word. You gotta go all the way to
verbal grape
your
juice.
face on the
Crazy.
thumbnail the equivalent of grape. She's 23 years old and acting like she's 12. Now, when you search her up on Google, it says she's an actress. You go to her Instagram, 1.2 million followers. Think of this from an agent point of view. You're like, oh, she's famous. 1.2 million. She has her Twitter account. She has this little wiki thingy. She's on TikTok. This looks professional. This looks like a legit actress, right? Now, I'm actually not curious, what kind of movies has she starred in? Has she been in Marvel? DC maybe? So just look at this. It looks legit. She's a wannabe actress that will never make it in a million years because her acting sucks. She's known for The Trapper Trap, The Rise of Princess. I think this is the first movie to ever go triple cardboard. Yeah, it feels like I made this. And I accomplished it.
Triple cardboard, that's
director,
crazy.
Writer. This legit. Like, I would be cool.
This guy.
Making it until you make it. And that's good, right? Fake it to make it if you have the talent. But the thing is, she doesn't have the talent. And if she's ever casted, people are going to be like, oh, you're actually shit. Bye.
You should know as well, this channel is a content farm in the United Kingdom and Malaysia. What are you talking about? First off, they use the term content farm. Now, content farm is a very niche term that I don't think 99.9% of the population uses at all. So it's kind of odd they're using this word because we've also seen it in the comments that we had earlier in this video. Really? That's really odd. Secondly, they say that I'm a channel being ran in the United Kingdom and Malaysia. And how do I respond to that? No one runs this channel. It's just me living here alone in the United States. And every time I received an email for years, they would just get more and more unhinged. Slandering, defaming, and creating a disgusting, hateful environment for a woman who is Jewish and has now received multiple death threats over the years because of it. And last, beyond our proof, if you desire to receive the names of the detectives we have involved on this case of slander, cyberbullying, cyberstalking, defamation, hate crime, we can provide that along with the report. We expect you to promptly react and stop giving courtesy to a channel that thrives on defamation, slander, and fosters sexual discussion, shared photos, and contact with minors on its YouTube Discord server called Primic Cult 8.0. Further, feel free to let the Primic Farm know that we have given their real names to the DA's office along with screenshots from their Discord server as they have a penchant for playing with children under 16 years old. This is honestly the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Do you know how insane it is to lie about a YouTuber being a pedophile with no proof? Not even a little ounce, right? Half an ounce, a quarter of an ounce, nothing. You're just calling him a pedophile because you don't like him. You're willing to lie about this guy and potentially ruin his entire life because he made one video on you and exposed you for being fake. They made a video on you and you're like, huh, yeah, you talk to kids. You like them young. You're P. Diddy, you're R. Kelly, you're EDP, you're Minilac. This is straight up unhinged psychopath behavior. Literally saying anything to get him offline and destroy his reputation and his YouTube channel.
They're getting more and more crazy. I need to try to stop this. So I emailed Lily with a photo from the email I just read, and I simply said, hello, this is pretty wild, please stop. I never received a response for that email, and after a while, I was like, okay, I'll try something else. So I ended up making a tweet asking if I could read the emails in a video, and truthfully, I kind of lied a little. I had never planned to make a video. That tweet was just meant to, like, tell tell them, hey, if you don't stop, I'm gonna read them. So you better stop. And after that tweet, I actually didn't receive an email for quite a long time. But then earlier this year, I received a new email. In this email, they started with my private business name, my entire real name, and my entire address down to my house number. And then instead of calling me Primic like they've done for every single email for the past 4 years, they now address me as Mr. My last name. So that's a great way to open an email. Totally normal. And then throughout this email, which I can barely read because it's like honestly the ramblings of a schizophrenic patient, they list off a ton of emails from like FBI agents and like the NYPD. They talk about receiving glitter bombs that they think could be real bombs. Lily has developed PTSD from my video, and she can't even go in public without fearing for her life, but she can go in public and act like a crazy alien. Lily's apparently in therapy now.
Sure, Jim.
Lily's father is disabled and he can barely walk, which I don't even know why they put this in the email. Did I disable him? And also, they're giving me the private information of a lot of YouTubers. They're telling me who owns the Anna Oop channel. They're telling me Sunny B's real name and where he lives. They're telling me Jelly Smack's owner. I don't even know who Jelly Smack is. They're mad at Mark Cuban and Snapchat. This is like physically draining me. So after I got this email, I realized that they're not going to stop. I tried ignoring them for 4 years. That didn't work. I tried asking them nicely to stop. That didn't work. I tried tweeting that I was going to read these out. That didn't work. So at this point, my only option in my mind was just to show everyone how absolutely psychotic Lily Jean and Lord Truman are being.
Sometimes that's the only way you can deal with these people. Like, they desperately crave your attention, if not the public's attention. They're literally begging at that point for you to make a video responding to them. You try to be polite, you try to be nice, people took advantage, you left your fridge open, they took your sandwich. In all seriousness, holy shit, this I don't keep saying it, but like, I don't know what else to say. This is a psychopath, unhinged behavior. Giving out the real name of Sunny B2 for no reason. What does Sunny B2 have to do with this? You know, Primic tried to play nice. He gave them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 opportunities, and now you're going to get more.
There's only 4. You're taking one, right?
Lily and her insane mom. Is this what you guys wanted? You
Yes,
guys
big
could work
fish,
this
that's
out.
it.
I know I like to laugh
Take us
and
one.
joke around, and I'm not very serious,
I'll
but I
take
do
one for
think
it.
this
I'll
is
take-
actually an issue here. For the past 4 years, Lily Jean and her mother have been blatantly abusing the copyright system. And my channel's protected. I'm not sure how or why, but my channel has like a force field on it, and any copyright claims that come to my channel get shut down real quick. But small creators are not protected. If you just look up Lily Jean copyright strike on YouTube, you'll see dozens of creators who have had their videos removed and strikes put on their channel from these false claims. I even had one of my videos removed from a second channel.
Well, it's now been a few days, and things haven't been getting any better for Primic over here. So here we have him, May 17th, reaching out to YouTube and YouTube creators, talking about the same thing. This, it went over pretty well. It got a decent amount of traction. They keep talking, showing more proof, showing more evidence. They sent a DMCA over a link to a YouTube video. Then he says, YouTube is useless. This was yesterday. And then today, shit just got even weirder. He tweeted this: someone mysteriously added my full name and location to my Wikitubia, which is like a Wikipedia for YouTubers. A day later, Lily Jean page was permanently deleted. I wonder who put out his real name and address. I wonder who that was. SS Sniper Wolf? Anyone? Was it Lily Jean? Who knows? She's losing her mind in real time. I haven't seen a situation like this ever, and the fact that these women out here, the stalkers, know exactly where he lives, that's extremely dangerous in my opinion. I would be moving out, or I would hire security, and I would have like 3 guns ready to go. It's so pathetic that YouTube hasn't done anything about this. Like, this is a YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers who hasn't done anything wrong. But hopefully this gets fixed. Hopefully this gets resolved. But anyways, with that said, what do you guys think of the situation? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, share. Let's hit 1 million subscribers so we can pass PewDiePie and be the next Mr. Beast. Alright?
People are
Peace
just
out. Thank you.
crazy. All these guys are with check marks. Let's get okay. Oh yeah. Anyway, that was a crazy topic. Wasn't really saying anything. Take a look at this, guys. So I'm gonna post something in the chat. What? So they finally launched the vendor highlight, the Valkyries of Arcadia. Ooh, that looks nice. That looks nice. Go do me a favor, guys. Go over there. Leave a like. Leave a nice little comment supporting the Valkyries. I appreciate it if you would. What is this? Wow. What? All right, guys, I'm going to turn to some world news because I'm going to get ready to end soon. I'm going to probably get one world topic up before I get off. Go grab some food. And then get now ready for her stream tonight. Who's doing the voice over on the short? Oh, actually, I never heard it. There's a voice on it?
Arcadia, one of our vendors for this year's Spirited Away 10-year PJs. Get ready, because they're bringing 1, 2, 3 Mario Party Superstars, along with Just Dance.
What the hell? I didn't even know there was a voiceover on that. Hate. That's the actual event owner and founder. That's her voice. If no, you wouldn't know because I don't think you watched her stream. She was at their tea hangout at Heecha. She knows how to do a cute voice. Let's go to something more modern now. Oh, okay. Scott Ritter's live. Let's do it.
Indiscriminately
Oh,
kill
okay.
civilians.
Stop.
You can't target cultural centers. You can't target hospitals. There has to be some sort of civilization, a veneer of civilization thrown over the animalistic urges that we've unleashed when we go to war. What Lindsey Graham is saying is no, we don't have the rules. America can do whatever it wants to do. And I have to say with all of my heart, I have to watch my language because I was going to say something. But, you know, you can go to hell, Lindsey Graham, you perfume princess, you useless scum of the earth, you black-hearted. I mean, the man disgusts me. And the fact that the citizens of South Carolina continue to elect him and put him in office. You know, he said something the other day, I don't know if you picked up on it, he's basically saying that Israel can use nuclear weapons against Gaza. And he said, we used it. We dropped it on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yeah, we did. And it was wrong, Lindsay. I don't know how you think you can possibly spin this into a positive thing. We didn't drop it to end the war against Japan. Hell, the Japanese were ready to surrender. We dropped it because we were trying to scare the Russians into not being so aggressive at Potsdam. That's what we were trying to tell the Russians. Don't make the move on Japan. We got this one under control. We can't, you need to slow down and swallow in Eastern Europe, slow down in the Pacific, because we got the nuclear bomb and we can use it against you. And so we dropped it on Japan to prove a point to Russia. That is a war crime in itself. And I thought we learned our lesson. I thought people went, wow, we don't want to do that. We don't want to engage in nuclear war. I was part of a process that said, let's get rid of nuclear weapons. I went to the Soviet Union to help get rid of an entire category of nuclear weapons that were deemed to be inherently destabilizing to the world. The Russians came to America and got rid of our version of those weapons too. We started to reduce our strategic arsenals because we said nuclear war is bad. And Lindsey Graham, the world's most moronic senator, is sitting there saying not only that what we did against the Japanese was justified, but hell, the Israelis should be allowed to drop nuclear weapons on the Palestinians now because they can't beat them conventionally. Israel, that receives billions of dollars of American military aid, supposed to be the best army in the world, can't beat a bunch of sandal-wearing ragheads who are stuck in tunnels in Gaza. What's that say? I apologize to the Hamas people for calling you that. I didn't mean that. Personally, I'm trying to show how we demonize you, how we belittle you, how we don't give you any credibility, how we use terms to turn you into anything but the honorable resistance fighters that you are. But Israel, we prop up. I mean, hell, we got the American Congress talking about wanting to give Israeli soldiers the same protections under American law as National Guardsmen get. Because there's apparently 20,000 American citizens fighting in the IDF right now in Gaza, and they're running into problems because this war has gone on longer than people thought it would. They're saying, I have a problem with my employer. My employer in America, where I'm a citizen, where I reside, is saying, hey, if you're not back here in time, we got to give your job to someone else. And so now the pro-Israeli lobby is going to the United States Congress and saying, you have to give them the same protections that you give American reservists, American National Guardsmen when they go off to war. No, you don't. This ain't Israel. We're America. We're not Israel. We don't do this. But we are. We've lost the script. And this is part of the change I see coming. I don't see the pro-Israeli lobby able to maintain this kind of focus because think about what we just said there. The world has recognized Israel as a genocide machine, that its military is committing war crimes. The International Criminal Court just indicted the Minister of Defense and Chief of Staff for war crimes committed by the Israeli military, which means 20,000 American citizens in the IDF are committing war crimes And we're sitting here saying, well, let's reward these war criminals, these genocidal maniacs, by giving them job protections that we extend only to American citizens, to American national guard. Oh, wait a minute, but Lindsey Graham just said that we're war criminals too. He didn't say, the ICC is bad because they would indict innocent Americans. Clearly, his statement was, we commit the same war crimes that Israel does, and if we allow ICC to indict Israel, they'll indict us too. I tell you what, we have lost our moral compass as a nation. Why we tolerate Lindsey Graham making these statements, why he isn't drummed out of the Senate, down. Where are the other senators standing up and saying, sit down and shut up, you're a war criminal. We don't believe in that, we don't advocate that. And yet they sit there and they let him say what he says because many of them believe the same things he believes. We need to purge the U.S. Senate of this kind of monstrosity, the Lindsey Grahams of the world. There needs to be change, and the change will come. I mean, God bless the students of America for standing up and fighting the fight that nobody else was willing to fight. They are the role model of America today. I used to make fun of them all the time. I used to say that, it's a lost generation. They don't believe in anything. They don't stand for anything. And they just threw that back in my face and said, no, we believe in something. We're willing to fight for this. And I respect them for that. And I hope that they're able to turn the nation on a dime and get us all to collectively agree that opposing genocide is the right thing to do. And that means that we therefore have to disenfranchise the political and economic elite that continues to sustain genocidal beliefs in Israel.
Yes, indeed, Scott. I mean, we've covered a lot today. I want to be respectful of your time, and so I think this is a great place to conclude the stream tonight. Everybody, just a few announcements before I head out. I'm actually live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. with Low Key. That link is in the video description as well as the chat now. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. If you're in Moscow, it's 2 a.m. Sorry about that. Or China, even worse, 7 a.m. But nonetheless, that link's in the video description. We're going to talk a lot about an attack that he has just encountered. This is part of the war that Israel and the United States are kind of desperately waging as well to justify and keep up this genocide. So we will talk about that, plus much more. We also have, don't forget to go to the video description where you can find scottritter.com. That's where you can support Scott. Scott, why don't you want to spend maybe as long as you want talking about your upcoming trip? Because I don't know if we will see you again until you come back, or if we can work out something great while you're there. But I know it's quite a long trip, so just talk about the trip as I work on the chat here and get things ready.
Oh, thank you. Look, in May of last year, I traveled to Russia for the first time since I had been when it was the Soviet Union. And the purpose of the trip was to promote a dialogue between Russians and Americans to try and revive the spirit of arms control that existed when I was a weapons inspector in the former Soviet Union implementing the Intermediate Nuclear Forces Treaty. It was also designed to educate an American audience about the reality of Russia so that they could be empowered with knowledge and information to overcome the disease of Russophobia that has gripped this country. It was an ambitious trip. I think 12 cities in 26 days, and it was successful to an extent. First of all, it was the first time I had done it. I think that I captured the imagination of some people, but not enough. It was also, I was feeling out the Russians. They weren't sure what to make of this former intelligence officer who, was commended by the CIA director twice for his work in the former Soviet Union. They're like, well, once a spy, always a spy, dude. Why should we let you back in here? Why should we trust you? So I had to earn their trust. And
okay, so what's going on in Jamaica? How are things in Jamaica? How as far as weather, it's hot. It's always hot. Clouds and sun look normal as usual. Yeah. Wondering if the cloud seeding and change of the sun perspective is just an Western thing. No, their cloud seeding program is not, from what I know, it's not as vast as you think. It's certain areas, bro. It's not like they don't cloud seed the world. They cloud seed. They don't even cloud seed regions. They cloud seed cities. So it's their cloud seeding program, from what I know, is not as big as you think.
See, the territories in dispute, the territories of controversy. I call it Russia's path to redemption. It starts in Chechnya, which, of course, I've mentioned the two wars that were fought there. The concept of the Chechens, the Muslim people, peacefully living with Russians and Orthodox Christian people after what had been done during the Chechen conflict, it boggles the mind. People would say there's no way that the Chechens and Russians could ever again peacefully coexist. And yet, when I went to Chechnya, there they were, peacefully coexisting. People at peace with one another. It's the Chechen miracle. And I had the opportunity to meet with Chechen leaders, to meet with the Chechen people, meet with Russian leaders, and talk about this. I met with Ramzan Kadyrov, the head of the Chechen Republic. He gave me a unique opportunity to speak to 25,000 members of the Chechen, the Grozny garrison, all assembled in one place, an impromptu talk, which will go down in history as one of the most, just one of the strangest moments of my adult life. And I've had many strange moments in my adult life, but this one was right up there, a good moment, but very, it's a unique experience to say the least. But then I went on to Crimea. I met with the governor of Crimea, talked about what had been happening since 2014, talked about what led up to 2014 and then Crimea joining or rejoining Russia, the work that he's doing to rebuild the Crimean economy during a time of war, the priorities, the role of the Crimean Tatar population. Got to be hosted by a Crimean Tatar family, wonderful people. Then I went to the new territories, Kherson, Zaporizhia, Donetsk, Lugansk. These are territories in conflict. There's a war going on, and I was able to some degree, bear firsthand witness to aspects of the war. I have to say that the Russian leadership was not thrilled about me going there. They were very concerned that a 62-year-old former Marine might think that he has what it takes to go to the front lines and do frontline reporting. And they didn't want to have to deal with the headline that said Scott Ritter killed in Zaporizhia. So they did their best to keep me away from the front line, and they were successful. And in retrospect, it was the absolute right thing to do. I'm not a war correspondent. I'm an analyst, and I was able to collect the information I needed to collect to enhance my analytical abilities when it comes to the new territories without putting myself or, more importantly, others at risk. But it was an important trip to make. And I thought at the end of that trip that I had enough now to complete the task of waging peace mission.
Are the beaches in Jamaica? They're good. Political question. How are Chinese in general act in Jamaica?
Dr. Carlson went interviewed Vladimir Putin, which was a big...
The Chinese keep to themselves, bro. They do their business and politics. No, they do their business. They make sure they're politically covered, and they take care of their people. I don't give a shit about Jamaican people. Not that that's a bad thing. The Chinese, they're not here for us. They're here for what they can do in bilateral business relations between the countries. That's it. They don't care about getting involved with the actual people on that level, on the cultural level. That's not what they're here for. So they just keep to themselves and they focus on their business. We keep selling them more and more of our infrastructure as a country. I don't understand why we do that. Well, that's not true. I do understand why we do it. But it is what it is, right? Oh, nice. Knew he was going for that, bro. What? Damn. Shouldn't have taken that. Oh, this how we playing? Bitch. I knew he was going for that. Oh, they recorded it. Good. Appreciate the answer. No problem, no problem. Hey, look at this. Alright, the green shell. I was like, I know he's gonna make the bend on the turn. Look where I threw it. I threw it to the right. Stupid, get clapped. This green shell's fool. Save successfully. Alright, let's see this one. And to win the race. Let's see this one. That's it. Ah, this is trash. Delete this. That's it, man. Do the highlights. Stupid. Get clapped, stupid. Get clapped. Get clapped. Sort of swerve. Bam! And then hit him with the boost after. And hit him with the boost after. Bam! Get clapped, stupid. Hold up, stupid.
Gaining that connectivity. So I'm excited about the project, and if anybody wants to support, you can go to scottritter.com. There's a support button there. I can guarantee you that any donation you make will not go to waste. 45 days is it's an expensive endeavor, and we want to do it right. In order to do it right, we do need funding support. But we have enough money to get this thing off the ground and get it going and complete the mission if necessary. But any additional money helps us increase the quality of the product, so to speak.
Very cool. Very. I mean, I'm glad you are going to Russia doing this. I mean, every time I go to China, I try to also, it takes a while, especially shorter trips, to build a foundation where you even just know the place enough. So in countries as big as Russia and China, it takes a while. So this is an incredible trip. I'm definitely looking forward to all of your coverage, all that you find, all that you impart. And yes, everyone go to ScottRitterExtra.com so you can support.
Yeah. We actually bought the domain.
Oh.
ScottRitter.com.
I'm so used to saying Scott Ritter Extra, but ScottRitter.com. It's in the video description as the correct URL, so definitely be sure to check that out. But Scott, okay, well, we can definitely end.
Come on, bro.
So everyone, the video description is where you can find Scott's link. You can find all the links to support this channel.
What the hell?
Of course, I will be live tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. That link is special for all of you. It's not even public yet, but it's there for you.
I'll have to get the evil on you.
Bell to save the date for the stream with low key. You don't want to miss that. And there was one other thing I wanted to say. Now it's late, as Scott said earlier. So, all right, well, everyone hit that like button before you get out of here. And I will see you all, hopefully all of you tomorrow, but at least some of you. Bye-bye.
That's crazy.
The United States is in a declining position in the world economy. It has been, but now it's being felt.
Wow.
You could pretend it wasn't there. You could deny it. Plenty of people who do that still. But it's getting harder and harder as these tariffs and sanctions all show. That's the most important thing to understand. Every country in the world, and I want to underline, every, is rethinking its entire foreign economic policy and your political alliances. Look at the departure of Americans from Niger in Africa and being replaced by Russian troops. These are all signs. You'd have to be really blind or desperate not to see all that's going on.
Hello, welcome back everyone. Today I'm very excited to welcome Professor Richard Wolff, who is one of my favorite experts on economics. Professor Wolff taught economics at the University of Massachusetts, Amherst, for nearly 30 years. Earlier, he taught economics at Yale University. Professor is currently a visiting professor in the graduate program in international affairs of the New School University in New York City. And in addition to that, Professor Wolff is an author and co-founder of the organization Democracy at Work. I'm sure many of you are very well familiar with it. And they do have a popular YouTube channel where Professor shares frequent economic updates, interviews, and so much more. Please be sure to follow the link in the description below to stay up to date on Professor Wolff's latest work. Professor, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right, guys, I'm
Let's
going to
get
do one
started
more.
with probably one of the
That's 3 days
most
ago.
burning questions.
Shut up. We'll watch this. Last one. Oh, we gotta refresh. Oh,
All crew analysis. Since last we were together, the chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court announced that he had requested of a panel of judges on that court their permission to file an indictment against Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and Defense Minister Gallant, as well as 3 Hamas leaders, alleging war crimes, and that he will seek their arrest warrants. What, if any, international geopolitical significance is there to going after the head of state so directly, so profoundly, as he is going after Prime Minister Netanyahu?
Well, I just think what is going on here is that the ICC's move in the wake of the International Court of Justice move in January just contributes to the damage that is being done to Israel's reputation. And this is damage that is going to last for as far as the eye can see. Enormous damage being done to Israel here. But at the same time, I think it's fair to say significant damage is being done to the United States because the United States is joined at the hip with Israel. And as we back Israel at every turn in the face of evidence that shows that Israel is being legitimately charged with these crimes, it does great damage to us, of course, as well as to the Israelis. So this is bad news for both countries.
Here's Karim Khan, the very articulate chief prosecutor, explaining the charges against Prime Minister Netanyahu and Defense Minister Gallant, cut number 9.
On the basis of evidence collected and examined by my office, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant bear criminal responsibility for the following international crimes committed on the territory of the State of Palestine from at least the 8th of October 2023. The crimes include starvation of civilians as a method of warfare, willfully causing great suffering, serious injury to body or health or cruelty, willful killing or murder, and intentionally directing attacks against a civilian population, as well as crimes against humanity of extermination and or murder, persecution, and allegations of crimes of committing other inhuman acts.
I noticed 2 phrases that we haven't heard before in the criminal or judicial context, Professor Mearsheimer. One is extermination, and the other is the State of Palestine. So I put those 2 gems on the plate for you to address.
Yeah, I was actually shocked to see the word extermination because it raises immediate thoughts of the Holocaust, and what the Germans and others did to the Jews during World War II. But the term is not unpacked in the document, as best I can tell, so I'm not sure what he means by extermination. And it's very important to understand that in the ICC documentation that came out the other day, there's no talk of genocide. If you just listen to what Mr. Khan said, you did not hear the word genocide. And of course, the International Court of Justice hearings earlier this year and the report that was issued by the ICJ did talk about possible genocide, but that's not at play here. But there is that word extermination, and of course you hear about crimes against humanity and so forth and so on. Look, the charges against Israel are straightforward. There is just a huge amount of documentation that supports them, and in a way, the finding of the ICC, this recent finding of the ICC, is not surprising at all. It's stunning to the Israelis, it's stunning to the Americans, because it puts both countries up in bright lights, and it makes it look like they're complicitous in this mass murder or genocide or whatever you want to call it that's taking place in Gaza. So as I said before, this is devastating for Israel, and it is hugely damaging for the United States as well. Now, with regard to your second point, what exactly was the issue there?
He referred to the crimes as occurring in, quote, the state of Palestine.
Yeah.
Is that an indication that in the view of the court, or at least this prosecutorial office, much like Ireland, Sweden, and Spain declared earlier today, Palestine is a state?
Well, what's going on here is that the question of jurisdiction is at play. And for the court to intervene, the ICC to intervene in this case, one of the parties has to be a signatory to the Rome Statute.
And is Palestine a signatory to the Rome Statute, unlike the United States and Israel?
Yes. That's what the court has ruled. That they joined in 2015. That's the basic finding.
Therefore, the court has jurisdiction over crimes committed on their property and against their people.
Exactly. That's what's going on. And that's why Khan paid so much attention to this issue. If I can make one other quick point. Karim Khan is a very clever and forceful individual. And you want to understand that what he did here was he convened a panel of 6 legal experts in international law, and 2 academic experts to look over all of the evidence and help him sort through that evidence and help him reach a conclusion. They all agree unanimously with him. They wrote an op-ed in the Financial Times, the 6 legal experts did, saying they agree unanimously with what Khan is doing. And furthermore, they issued a lengthy report that lays out in detail the basis of the ICC's charges against the Israelis, or I should say against Netanyahu and Golan. So this gives Khan lots of support. It makes it look like it's not one individual, this prosecutor, taking aim at the Israelis. He has the support of 6 distinguished international lawyers.
Were you surprised that 3 Hamas leaders were also named, particularly the third one in the list of the names? And I'm sorry I don't have the name in front of me. You may know who it is. He's a longtime friend of our friend and colleague, Alistair Crook, and he is the chief negotiator for Hamas, who flies between Doha and Cairo, transporting the negotiation methods and efforts, which I guess he can no longer do if an arrest warrant is out for him.
Yeah, well, once the arrest warrant is granted, that would be true. For the time being, he can move around. His name is Ismail Hania, and I was surprised that they included him. But I think what's going on here is surely Khan understood that if he went after Israel, he had to go after Hamas as well. And if you're going to go after 2 Israeli leaders, it makes sense to go after 3 Palestinian leaders. So nobody can say that you're favoring Hamas over Israel. So that, I think, explains what's going on. I just want to make another point. Very important to understand is I read the report very carefully, and I read the report of the 6 experts, and I also read Khan's statement, and he makes it unequivocally clear that he is conducting ongoing investigations, and those ongoing investigations include what is going on in the West Bank. And I think if you read the documentation carefully, there's every reason to believe that this is not going to stop with Netanyahu and Golan. That there are going to be a number of other Israelis who are singled out. And I believe It's not going to be what's simply happening in Gaza, but what's happening in the West Bank as well. And my view is that once Khan opened this door, once you open Pandora's box, there's no telling where this is going to stop. And the reason I say that is the evidence is overwhelming that Israel has been committing serious war crimes.
That of course is true. However, under the rules of the court, wouldn't Benjamin Netanyahu need to be physically present in the court in order for them to try him? In other words, if he stays out of countries where the arrest warrant can be executed for the rest of his life, he can avoid prosecution. Am I right?
Absolutely. I would bet a lot of money he will never be prosecuted. But that's not the issue, whether he's prosecuted.
Right. The key issue, as I understand it, is the international effect of these prosecutions or these indictments and arrest warrants.
To put it in slightly different terms, it's very important to create facts. What the Palestinians and their supporters have gotten very good at over the years is creating facts. And when facts are created by legitimate bodies like the ICJ and the ICC...
All right, guys, we did about 2 hours right now. I have to go eat, shower, set up the bed, get my wife ready for her stream. It's supposed to start at 10. Looks like we're going at 11. So I can't stay too long. But I want to thank everybody today. We made $90 so far. Big shout outs to Lance, Black Dragon of Arcadia, and Reg for the $90. That will go towards their well, it's actually already there. You see me green and whatnot. Coming up next around 10:30, 11 o'clock will be the Valkyries of Arcadia with Empress Now doing Warfare Wednesday. She's gonna be playing some Call of Duty, and I think it's just gonna be Call of Duty tonight. I don't know if she's gonna do I know she's done with Farlight for a little bit. She's playing Call of Duty, and then what's this? Bloodstrike. There it is. So you guys can go check her out there on the channel right here. Here you go. And I will see you not tonight. I'm gonna start doing my streams earlier in the day like this so I can go to sleep at night. Yeah. So I'll have some new news for you guys tomorrow in the afternoon. I'll come on and do a 3 to 5, take a break, go out, get food, come back, probably do like a 7 to like 9 again. Then it's TikTok Thursdays for Nile and whatnot. So she's gonna go over TikTok, do some community highlights for all the girls who do TikTok here in Jamaica and whatnot, and run it back again. But like I said, I want to thank you guys for the support. I'll let you guys know how things are going. We're gonna stream the Bed Lounge game. We're gonna stream the Bed Lounge game and chat event at Rebound. We're gonna use Neko's laptop. But we found out it works. She just needs Wi-Fi. We'll connect it to her phone and we're good to go. Now can use her phone for TikToks and stuff like that. Show you guys what a big event of that looks like. So those who want to support, once again, at the end of the stream right now, you guys want to help us raise this. We're only $210 more to go. It's in the chat. Send it out to your friends or whatever. Oh, what? How, bro? Come on. There you go. And thank you guys once again for helping out with everything. I'll see you guys later. Deuces.